Good morning, everyone. Have you ever felt lost way before you even start your journey? This is what our present travelers are experiencing in the new normal. So, I'm here and let me just walk you through briefly on the first step, starting with the information on the requirements needed. Okay, let me discuss the operational flights that we have in Philippine Airlines. Okay, so with Philippine Airlines right now, our flight schedules, they're highly subject to change for reasons that are beyond our control, and we may have to cancel, or we could add, or we could adjust our planned flights, and that would be based on the international and provincial entry restrictions for the COVID testing or quarantine limitations for specific airports. Okay, so I've given you handouts. There are the details there, and you could also check the social media that we have on our social media accounts, FB, Instagram, and you could also check our website, www.philippineairlines.com, for any of the changing developments. Okay. We also have, for the, as mentioned earlier, that operational requirements that we have. Let me just share with you what we've been operating to in Japan. So we have 6 flights, 2 in Tokyo. So that's Narita, that's Haneda, and also, 3. We also have Cebu to Narita, and then Fukuoka, Osaka, Nagoya, and that is vice versa. So please take note that these operational flights that we currently have, this is always updated on a weekly basis and and highly subject to change for reasons again that is beyond our control in Philippine Airlines. Okay, for our travelers. For our passengers, currently we have special reminders for international passengers arriving here in the Philippines. We have in Manila and we also have in Cebu. So for those arriving at Manila, you are required to register online at least 3 days prior to the date of your departure. And because we need to arrange for the mandated COVID-19 swab test, that's the RT-PCR test, that will be implemented or administered upon your arrival. You may also visit our Facebook account for other details, or it's also in the link that I've given you in our handouts. You may also check on that. So the links there we do have for the contract workers and also for those overseas returning Filipinos that are non-contract workers. Now for those arriving at Cebu, that's in Mactan, Cebu International Airport, you are required also, of course, to register online. Not earlier, this time 5 days prior to your flight departure. This is through the passenger arrival registration form. It is also on the link on your handouts. Please do check that out. Now, for the payment for your swab test and the cost of your hotel accommodation for your quarantine, that will be shouldered by the traveler, except that the cost for the contract workers, it will be shouldered by the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, that's for the land-based contract workers, and by the Marina or the local manning agency, that's for the seamen. Lastly, let me just wrap it up by sharing with you the special reminders for our passengers, both international and domestic. For the international travelers, you have to check the most updated travel requirements in the government website of your destination country, as well as the country of your departure. Because these governmental regulations, they always change frequently and they do have an impact on the status of your flight or your acceptance for boarding. For those traveling domestically here in the Philippines, within the Philippines, you have to check the local government offices for both of your origin points and your final destination on travel requirements, such as the mandated documents or health certifications, because these requirements, they always differ from province to province. And they are always revised and updated constantly, because this is in line with the anti-COVID-19 arrangements for every locality. So other information is also in your handouts. I've given the link. And for those tourists that are traveling in Boracay Island, so only tourists from these areas under the general community quarantine or lower restrictions, so apart from the travelers from the Western Visayas, they are allowed to visit. Now you have to register through the PAL passenger profile and health declaration form. Again, all the details is in the handouts. So that should be as early as 5 days and not later than 2 days before your flight date. So you have to arrange and secure the travel requirements needed, especially of course your negative COVID-19 test result from only the accredited laboratories. And that is also on the handout, so all of the details are there. That's your friendly guideline. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that I have given you detailed information to make you somehow know all of the requirements and be prepared before you travel. Thank you.